course, the other one who thinks that he's going to be the Prime Minister is none other than old mate Snake Charmer, Jim Chalmers, and today, cock a hoop because the inflation numbers are moving in the right direction.
To breaking news now, and the latest inflation figures have just dropped.
Monthly inflation flatlining at 2.1%.
Compared with the 6 it had in front of it when we took office.
Thanks to plunging petrol prices and government energy rebates.
So it remains unchanged, and that's defying forecasts that it would increase to 2.3%. And a cut is exactly what the Albanese government is hoping for, to try and turn its fortunes around.
We inherited inflation from the previous government with a 6 in front of it. It's now got a 2 in front of it.
These people. Remember, inflation with a 2 in front of it, a 3, a 4, a 5 or a 6, it's all added on top of the previous month or the previous quarter, all right? As I explained, right? The prices keep going up, 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 but for them, they play the game that it's going down, down, down. It ain't. Oh, and by the way, when the $300 power bill for every mansion and one-bedroom unit in regional Australia is taken off next year after the election, there's not going to be a $275 reduction in energy prices, which was their promise. Oh, that's right, it's going back up again by almost half. So this inflation number that we get is artificial because of, firstly, the petrol issues, and secondly, the issues when it comes to electricity and the government effectively paying off the power companies. The actual service itself is not cheaper, but it's appearing cheaper because you're paying off the power company before they make a bill. As for everything that is higher than 2, that has a 2 in front of it when it comes to inflation, just last month alone, tobacco up 12 points. Fruit and veggies, 8.5 points. Going on holiday, renting a property, paying for your education, paying the insurance on your car, having a drink that doesn't have alcohol in it, having gas to cook on a stove, doing something like, God forbid, taking your kids to go and see a movie. All of it up. All of it with not a 2 in front of it. But of course, surprise, surprise, nothing to see here. It's all going in the right direction. Whistle, Dixie, I repeat. The majority of Australians, when asked, say the joint is headed in the wrong direction. They don't have the priorities of normal people, and they're worse off than they were when you first started becoming the government. So spin, 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 win over the press gallery, send the WhatsApps, have the drinks at the lodge. For those of us in the real world, you are the problem, not the solution. Today, we got some information that the police officer whom fired a taser at that 93-year-old woman in a nursing home on the south coast of New South Wales has been found guilty of manslaughter, out on bail, and sentencing will happen a little later in the week, I believe, or maybe next week. There is to be an inquest into lithium-ion batteries and the fires that they produce. In fact, there have been 275 lithium-ion battery fires in New South Wales alone, and some of these have resulted in people's deaths, which is why a coronial inquest is going to get involved. Put simply, if you have one of these rechargeable batteries, and I, like you, am one of these people who's got a battery for 17 different things and, a leaf blower and mower and all of that business, charge them, but turn them off when you have charged them, okay? Don't leave things on charge, because when they overheat, that's when they explode. That's how the fires take place. And let's talk about, for one last time, the delusional Democrats. Because one hell of a delusional day took place today. You see, it's just about to be Thanksgiving in the United States, so we're as close to a public holiday as we could possibly get. It's, 22 days since the American election, and now, finally, they're willing to tell us what went wrong. Now, sure, they're not willing to answer any questions about this. No, Kamala Harris just jumped onto a Zoom video with her supporters to say nothing, and she's still serving up the word salads. Geez, I'm surprised this lady lost.
All that work that you did that was about engaging with other people, engaging with perfect strangers and in their face seeing a neighbor, that has lasting effect. It reminds people that there are leaders like you who care, and will bring us together.
You lost.
And you know, sometimes in the darkest moments, people lose faith in that.
Every swing state.
Are there people out there that feel that way? And you reminded people that yes, there are. And there are a lot of us.
Please.
And that strength cannot be taken from us.
Oh.
That is our strength. It cannot be taken from us.
Wow. She started off trying to be Obama in a pantsuit, and she's like a bad Oprah by the end of it. Oh, she's got more.
And I know this is an uncertain time. I'm clear-eyed about that. I know you're clear-eyed about it. And it feels heavy. And I just have to remind you, don't you ever let anybody take your power from you. You have the same power that you did before November 5th.
She's like a living meme,
and you have the same
isn't she?
purpose.
Like, you know those people who write
did.
those motivational messages on your
And you
Instagram?
have the same ability to engage and inspire.
What?
So
I'm
don't
so
ever
shocked
let
this lady didn't win
anybody
the
or
popular
any
vote.
circumstance take your power from you.
Okay. As for her staffers, they also did a little interview looking back at what they had to do, including, how's this? This used to be Biden's campaign manager and then her campaign manager. Imagine trusting your political future to this idiot.
Of course, we lost, so I'm not here to say that that didn't happen. We would much rather not have that happen. But where she campaigned, we did way better than the rest of the country, and Donald Trump did worse.
You only campaigned in the swing states and you lost every one of them. Oh, but apparently, according to this genius, who was Obama's genius, they were never going to win the swing states.
It's always worth reminding people, it's really hard for Democrats to win battleground states. Let's look at Pennsylvania. 25% of the electorate is liberal, roughly. 34% is conservative. By the way, in most battleground states, that conservative number is over 40. So in every battleground state, there's more conservative than liberals.
What are you talking about? The swing states are not just full of Republicans. In fact, let me show you this political genius, people. In the 7 swing states, 5 of them have Democratic governors. All of them have Democratic senators, meaning Democrats can win from one side of the state to the other. Your candidate didn't. And what a surprise, the lady who talks like a future play school presenter was given a fair dinkum kick in the backside from the voters of the United States. I'm sorry to put you through seeing her. While Trump copped a bullet, America dodged one. Go away, Kamala.